What is going on, guys? My name is Harvey Lemus. I'm sure you've probably seen me on your timeline before. I've been in marketing for the last 6 years, and I've dabbled in some real estate. I've dabbled in some affiliate marketing stuff, and I've dabbled in some real fitness stuff. Today, I'm going to teach you the three things you need to know if you're looking to make your business work again. I know because Facebook and Google and just old marketing tactics aren't working anymore. You have to learn to adapt, and new things are becoming challenges that you probably have never experienced before because maybe things were a lot easier back then. And as costs going up, you're getting less leads, you're making less sales, and you need a solution for that. And that's mainly because costs are going up, things are getting played out before, and just, new things are coming into play that were never relevant before, but now they are because times are changing. And if you don't adapt, then you're going to get left behind. So today I'm going to teach you the three things you need to master if you want to get good at growing your business. Because if you master these three things, you're going to solve the lead cost problems, you're going to solve the sales problems, you're going to solve all the back end stuff, right? And if you do that correctly, then growing a business is going to be easy because you have the right system in place, right? So I'm going to go over the three things, and without further ado, let's get to it. So the first one is lead gen, right? So what do I mean by lead gen, right? Lead gen is changing. So we used to live in an era where you could door knock or where you could cold call, but as time goes on, those things are becoming less useful and less effective because there's new technology in play. And if you learn how to understand this new technology, then you get so much more leverage. And that's the game you're playing right now. It's like, why is your competition beating you? Is because they're able to get more out of less time, out of less effort. And that's the whole point of leverage, right? So if you understand that if you don't generate leads, then you're not going to eventually make sales, then there's no business to be had, right? So what's the solution to this? You need to have a marketing system in place that allows you to generate leads like clockwork without even you having to touch it, and requires less management than having a whole 30 door knocking team, or having a whole 50 floor cold calling team, right? Or I don't know, having a bunch of hires when that's not really necessary anymore. You don't live in that era where that's a requirement. But however, the old business owners are still doing that, which is fine, but they're going to be by the people who are using the new technology like Google, like Facebook. And so next thing you need to understand is sales conversion, right? So sales conversion is the game that you're playing nowadays, because if you have a great lead gen system, but your inability to actually convert the sales in two contexts, short and long. If you don't know how to convert them in the short, right? In the short, then you're not going to be able to liquefy your ad spend and get the quick wins off the bat. But if you don't know how to convert them in the long, then you're really screwed, because this is the game you're playing. At the end of the day, if you have great long-term systems, right? If you know how to nurture leads in a long enough time span, then they will convert, even if it takes a month, 6 months, a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, right? If you understand how to nurture and build nurturing systems, then you are going to be better off than the people who are just like, oh, they get the lead, they call them a couple times, they don't work out, then they never reach out to the lead ever again. Especially in long, we have technology nowadays where it requires minimal effort on your end because all of this stuff is automated, right? Which leads me tech slash automation, right? Because if you understand technology and you understand automation, then you figure out the lead stuff, right? You figure out the short and the long. You figure out the nurturing process. You figure out, and that solves the sales conversion part. And then you also learn how to make the lead gen more effective, right? So at the end of the day, this right here is what makes you a winner. Because if you understand the tech and the automation side of things, then you're playing a game that most people aren't going to be able to replicate, because you have so much more going on without even lifting a finger. And this leads me ultimately to the idea of, drum roll please. Drum roll please. It leads me to the idea of leverage. Because if you have more leverage, right? Oh, you can't even see it in the camera, but that says leverage, right? That says leverage. Because if you win the game of leverage, right, and you have more leverage than your competition, then you're gonna be able to get more out of doing less. You're gonna be able to spend less, make more. You're gonna be able to hire one person instead of three. You're gonna be able to just make more money, make more profit, live a better life, right? You're gonna be less overwhelmed. You're gonna be able to scale your business in confidence because the numbers make sense, because this is doing all the heavy lifting for you. And you're gonna be able to finally just like work on the things that matter to you. If that's building a better product or living a better life, whatever what's important to you. If you understand those three things that I went over, and you realize the end point is to have more leverage in your business, then you're gonna do well. So if you want to learn more about me and how you can implement this 3-step system for yourself so you can eventually get more leverage, then there's going to be somewhere to click around here. Go check me out. Go check out the free training that I have in my whatever that's placed right now. But yeah, go check it out. I think this is going to massively help you if you want to grow your business, and you want to do it in a way that you're going to be able to grow with confidence. So you're not going to be like, oh my God, like, is this even going to work? You're going to be able to do it in a way where, it's predictable. It's something that math handles. It's not something that, we're just guessing. And you're also working with experts, right? So I've dabbled in like hundreds of industries, right? Like oil services, e-commerce, fitness, real estate, affiliate marketing, and the list goes on, electrical. So if this is important to you, then you have two options at this point, right? You can either stay where you are in your business, or you can learn more about how you can grow. So if you want to eventually schedule a time to talk to me and see if this is a fit for you, then we can set up like a free strategy session, right? A blueprint call where we'll lay out the entire roadmap for the next 6 months for you. We'll give you the numbers behind that, and then you can make your own decision, because I'm not here to make a decision for you. You make your own shots. This is your life. So if you want to live a life where you get what you want out of life, like they say, that's the true definition of intelligence, is not how much you know, but if you actually get what you want out of life, then I'm sure you'll make the intelligent decision to invest in your business and yourself and your future, and whoever that connects to, if that's your family, friends, etc., you'll make the decision to learn more about how to get more leverage, and that starts with us. So talk to you soon.